In the previous videos, we have discussed with the introduction to self-compacting concrete, and we discussed what are its properties, mixed design of SCC, that is self-compacting concrete, and also we have discussed with the measurements of self-compacting concrete, that is a different test to measure the SCC property. So in this video, we'll be studying what are the advantages, disadvantages, and the final conclusion of self-compacting concrete. So first we'll see with the advantages of SCC, that is self-compacting concrete. So first, the elimination of the problem associated with the vibration. So whatever the problems that is associated with the vibrations, that can be eliminated by using self-compacting concrete, because in this type of concrete we are not using any compaction at all, so that eliminates the problem associated with the vibration. Faster construction. So here, since the self-compacting concrete is uh, manufactured in the RMC plant and then it is taken to the site, so here we don't require any compaction to do, and also placing of concrete also it will be very easy. So in that way, the construction will be faster if we use self-compacting concrete. Next, improves working condition and productivity in construction industry. So if you want to construct a building at a faster rate, then we can use the self-compacting concrete, because we can able to complete the building very fastly, so that in turn it will helps or it improves the productivity in the construction industry. Better surface finish. Since say SEC has a better flowable property, so it can flows through all the corners of the formwork. So in turn, there is no such honeycombing like that used to happen usually if we don't compact it well. Then there will be a problem of honeycombing in the normal conventional concrete. Whereas in the SCC self-compacting concrete, since it has a better flowable property, so it can flow through all the corners of the formwork. In turn, it gives a better architectural surface finish. Then less noise from the vibrator. Uh, as you all know, as I told in the first point, we don't use any vibrator here. It compacts itself. So as the name says, self-compacting. So there is no it compacts itself. So we don't require any kind of internal vibration or external vibration, so that it reduces the danger from hand vibration syndrome. So this is one type of problem that usually happens for the masons. So if they continuously hold the internal vibrator for a long time to compact it, okay, so due to the vibration of it, so people may affect from this kind of syndrome, so that can be reduced by using self-compacting concrete. And ease of placement results in cost savings through reduced equipment and labor requirement. So since self-compacting concrete compacts itself, so we don't require any labor to compact the concrete, and at the same time we don't require any machineries to place the concrete, or we don't require any machineries to compact it. So in turn we can able to save the cost of the equipment, and at the same time we can able to reduce the cost of the labor. So labor requirement also will be reduced by using self compacting concrete. So next, it improves the quality, durability, and reliability of the concrete structures, because this kind of concrete has a better homogeneity compared to a normal concrete. And since it compacts itself, we don't rely much on the mason, because in the normal concrete we more depends on the mason, because mason is the one who are going to compact it, and who is he's the one where it is going to place. So we are more rely on the mason, so in the normal concrete. Whereas in the self compacting, so it has a better quality, so it improves the quality, and it improves the durability and the other properties of the concrete structure also. And it is quite homogeneously at all the time the concrete will be in a homogeneous condition. So in turn it improves durability, reliability of the concrete structure. We can rely on that self compacting concrete. In turn it improves the quality of the concrete also. So it reduces wear and tear on forms from the vibration. So when the vibration is given for the concrete, so the surrounding there will be a formwork. So by not using the vibration, we can able to reduce the wear and tear on the forms. And at last, it reduces permeability, uh, because the concrete is quite homogeneous at all the time, so we can able to reduce the air voids in the concrete. So these are some of the advantages of self compacting concrete. Next, disadvantages. Higher paste volume results in greater shrinkage and creep. As you all know, uh, since in the self compacting it has to flow horizontally, vertically, and also it has to pass through the confined spaces within the reinforcement, and in the congested areas it has to pass through. So that's why in a self compacting concrete, so the paste volume will be more than compared to that of the coarse aggregate. Since it has more paste volume, so there may be chances in getting the shrinkage cracks, and also there may be chances in getting the cracks due to creep. So that is one disadvantages. More precise measurement and monitoring of the constituent materials. So here in self compacting concrete, so exact measurement of materials is required, that is proper proportioning of the materials is required, and also at the time of mixing also we need to closely monitor the materials, whether the material, whether it is moist or whether material is dry. We have to take care of all those things, because a small moisture present in a material may affect the self compacting concrete. So that's why we have to be more precise while preparing self compacting concrete, and also we need to closely monitor its mixing as well as its batching. So require more trial batches at laboratory as well as at the ready mix concrete plant in order to get the flowable property of the self compacting concrete. We have to do lot of trials, okay, because we are more dealing with the chemical admixtures and mineral admixtures. We don't know the exact dosage of chemical and mineral admixtures, so that we'll get a good flowable property. Okay, so we have to do number of trials in the laboratory in order to get, or in order to achieve a good flowable concrete without having any resistance, without having any segregation or bleeding. So in order to get those kind of concrete, that is without having any segregation, bleeding, and the concrete which should have good flowable property, then it requires lot of trials to be done in the laboratory. Next, costlier than conventional concrete. So obviously, uh, we are using lot of chemical and mineral admixtures. Mineral admixtures, anyhow, those are all the waste material from the different plants. So we can able to save the cost of the labor, and we can able to save the cost of the from the mineral admixtures, because more or less it is all waste products from the plants. So whatever the cost that we are going to save, that cost we have to use it for the admixtures, that is chemical admixtures. Chemical admixtures are quite costly, because here we are using high range water reducer admixtures, and we are using viscosity modifying agents. So we are using two kinds of admixtures, so that's why it is slightly costly, around 10 to 15% more than the conventional concrete. So it is quite costlier compared to that of the conventional concrete. Lack of globally accepted test standards and mixed designs. As I already told, these in the previous videos, I have told these properties of the self-compacting concrete. It is not standardized yet. Okay, as per the Indian standards, it is not standardized. Okay, still there is no separate code book for self-compacting concrete. Okay, no, only few code books says about its introduction and some of its properties. It will explain, but the complete just like for reinforced cement concrete, we have a some separate code book, and for different measurements of workability of fresh concrete, we have different code book. In similar way, for self compacting concrete, there is no as such standard methods to do the mixed design, or there is no standardized tests. Okay, so that's why it is a lack of it is not globally accepted test standards yet. Okay, only we have American standards, there is some methods, and in British standards there are some methods to measure the flow properties of self compacting concrete. As far as India's code is from India is concerned, it is not yet standardized as per the IS standards. Next, more stringent requirements on the selection of materials. So here also while preparing self-compacting concrete, as I already told, so you require certain requirements of the materials. Okay, say if the cement, it has to be in the range of say 350 to 450 kg per m cube, then the cement should be within that range only. So we can't exceed that range, or we can't decrease from that range. So it has to be within that range only, and whatever the material ranges are there, so we have to strictly adopt to that, otherwise we cannot able to achieve good self compacting concrete. So these are some of the disadvantages. And at last conclusion, SEC has high potential for greater acceptance, and it can be widely used in the highway bridge constructions and in all over the world. It can be used for any type of constructions, whether it is for RCC or for in the bridge or in the dam, whether it is a mass construction in a multi-story building, wherever the construction is happening, we can use SCC has because it has a high potential, and also the properties of self-compacting concrete will eliminate so many problems in the site. Then self-compacting concrete technology can save time, cost, it enhances the quality, durability, and moreover it is a green concept. As I already told, so self-compacting concrete, it can be placed at a faster rate, so it can be saved time, cost. So cost also, it can be slightly accepted even if it is more than the normal concrete, but it can be accepted because it can be save the materials of the labors and the equipment, so it can be accepted. So quality is also good compared to a normal conventional concrete. Durability also is very good by using self-compacting concrete, and the strength will be more than compared to that of a normal concrete. So these are some of the advantages. So self-compacting concrete can be used for all the types of construction. So since the concrete is capable of self-compacting and in reaching the difficult areas in the molds, so concrete is this kind of concrete has a it has a capable of compacting itself, and it can able to reach all the congested areas in the molds. Okay, so when it reaches all the congested areas in the molds, okay, then the placing and compacting will be almost nil. So you don't require any compacting or placing techniques for these kind of concretes. And last, cast in place concrete construction in tight space can be effectively placed in most congested areas, and also where normal methods of vibration are not possible. So here it can be placed at a very congested areas, as I already told in the previous point. So if the reinforcement space is less, or if the cover is less, then you can use this kind of concrete quite effectively, because in a normal concrete there may be not possible to use a vibrator there, because if the spacing between the two reinforcement bars is quite less, then we cannot able to compact it for the whole thickness of the section. So in that case we can use the self compacting concrete, because it can compact itself and it can flow through all the congested areas also. So in that way, self compacting concrete is a good type of concrete, and it eliminates a lot of as already mentioned, it can eliminate a lot of problems in the site, and also it can be used to enhance the properties of the concrete in the site. Thank you.